Hi guys, I just watched the most recent episode of Love Island USA Season 7, and a lot of people are wondering why Huda is still in the villa, and as a Big Brother and Survivor fan, I think I want to explain my perspective on why I think she's still in the game. Ultimately, I believe that Love Island USA is a social game, right? And in order to remain in this game, you have to have good social connections and also just a good perception. And as much as the Islanders are probably fed up with Huda's business, at the end of the day, they still have some type of connection relationship with her. In order to understand this season of Love Island, you have to understand that these girls seem like girls, and that they're going to protect each other no matter what. Unfortunately for Jalen, he didn't particularly have a strong alliance or just a strong group of friends yet, outside of PP and Iris. And I think people are probably wondering, why did Iris save Huda instead of saving Jalen? Because Jalen would have known. Honestly, to that I say, I think because Huda had so many people behind her, that was pretty much a majority vote, and Iris couldn't afford to be in the minority at this point. She can't afford to be in the minority because if all the girls are protecting and saving Huda, then she doesn't want to be the odd one out. And I can compare this situation with Huda tonight to the guys currently running the villa. When Austin voted off Taylor instead of Charlie, he was immediately confronted by Ace and Nick afterward. And they both asked, "Why did you vote for Taylor?" Which Austin was like, I was just mad about my best friend. But again, that's all has to do with social game. And now he knows, that Taylor is pretty popular amongst Nick and Ace. And inherently, I think Love Island is a social game. Like, it really is kind of like a cooler Big Brother to me. And although people do dislike Huda's actions, she still has strong connections with the girls. In order for Huda to get voted off, I think she has to make all of the girls come to a group consensus, and then the guys would follow. It seems as though they still somewhat care about her. However, in the next episode, it seems like we're going to see them talk about how if she doesn't get her act together and move on from Jeremiah, they won't save her a third time. And that's what I'm most interested in, to see if she's going to move on from Jeremiah. If you don't still understand, think about this iconic and historic dumping that happened last year. Girls decided to save Janae over Andrea, which sent her home. And why? Because Andrea said herself that Janae had the stronger connections with the girls in the villa, which ultimately proved true. And if you remember from that dumping correctly last year, PPG and Liv thought that Janae had gotten the short end of the stick and they decided to save her. And although I wouldn't compare the girls' dynamic to PPG or Liv, Kayla, anyone last year, I do want to say it does feel similar. In this situation, they are willing to save Huda as long as she is able to move on from Jeremiah and have a brighter future on the show. Quite frankly, why would Iris vote against the majority of girls? She still needs to make friends herself so she can get to the end with Jeremiah or who she ends up coupling with. All in all, that's why I think Huda is still in the villa and how I view Love Island USA as more than just a regular dating show. It's a social game. Let me know in the comments below if you agree with me that Love Island USA is also a social game, and I will see you guys in my next reality television updates video. Bye y'all!